What is going on, everyone? Badger here. Make sure to like and sub, and let's get into this. Fantastic Four. We've talked about it a couple times, and every time we do, I always say, because I believe it, this is really the only Marvel movie that matters. Because for one reason or another, all the Avengers, all that, it doesn't matter because it's all going to be reset. After Secret Wars, it's going to be reset, and the Fantastic Four is going to be their first movie back. So, much like James Gunn with Superman Legacy, if that movie doesn't work, it's going to ruin everything else that needs to set a tone. Fantastic Four needs to set a tone that this is Marvel, and they really need to go back to, again, what we've always talked about, source material and bringing everyone back, not just normies, not just your new fans, but the original ones that you all alienated. And again, this is all going to be on Fantastic Four's shoulders. So if they don't do it right, that's it. It is really truly dead. Here we go. Here we go. We've already the casting, except for Pedro. I'm excited about. We've had Vanessa Kirby, Eddie from Stranger Things, the guy from The Bear. These are the top 8. We've heard a lot of these for a while. So either they have not been debunked, and some of them have only been. It's only looking more and more likely that they're true. So number 8, the top one. We've talked about this. It is good. And we've heard it for a while. It's going to be set in the 1960s for at least a large portion of the film, and then possibly coming to present day at the very end. I mean, probably coming to present day at the very end of the movie. And we've also heard, again, this is backed up that Snyder and a couple of these leakers that they are shooting it specifically to mimic a Super 8 type film look. So set in the 60s. Number 7, Marvel's Doctor Doom plans. Here we say, we're starting to lose track of what's happening with Doctor Doom, depending on who you believe. And the reason that is because with that whole Kang thing, they switched from Kang to the Beyonder, and now they're saying well, they sort of have to do Doctor Doom if they do, of course, Fantastic Four. He's their main villain. Mila Kunis's unexpected role. When actress Mila Kunis was spotted meeting with Fantastic Four director Matt Shakeman, speculation about her possibly being in the running to play Sue Storm immediately went, yeah, and then there's that she was going to play the Thing. Uh, and now with the possibility of Kunis playing Sharon Ventura, aka the woman who eventually takes on the Thing-like appearance, is possible. Yeah, I think that one is not likely. Or if they were exploring it, that is no longer the case. 5, the Galactus and the Silver Surfer. Again, they are inextricably linked with the Fantastic Four. Gonna have to show up at some point. Obviously, they did. Well, Silver Surfer did. I hesitate to call that Cloud in the second Fantastic Four Galactus. So with Doom on the sidelines, all signs point to Marvel Studios going straight to Galactus. It sounds like Marvel's first family will encounter him in the 1960s, saving Earth. Yeah, and that would be great if they somehow ban. And that's why no one has heard of Galactus because in the 60s, Fantastic Four banished him, and that's why you haven't heard from them. Number 4, Reed and Sue's dynamic. Yeah, boy, please don't make him a cuck. Make them a good relationship, a healthy relationship, both two smart, attractive people. Maybe not Pedro. Reed Richards and Sue Storm are expected to be the heart of this movie. And even in terms of casting, the focus has largely remained on the two heroes. Yes, and it has to. Their chemistry has to be a big one. It sounds like they're already be married when we meet them, and in at least one draft, we're parents too. Well, that's a whole nother thing because of you believe the ultimate lore is that their son is Franklin Richards. The entirety of Marvel is a creation of his power in his head or something like that. It's a whole thing. The comic book fans among you will know that their children are potential game changers for the MCU, as Valeria is even smarter than her father, and Franklin, yeah, is an Omega level mutant who can bend and create realities. Right. There's also been chatter about a possible love triangle, presuming involving Ben. They better not do that shit. They better not do a fucking King Arthur love triangle with them. 3, the movie's lead. Yeah, and this is the one that it's like, well, it's Marvel, MCU. She's a lead, but the lead of Fantastic Four has to be Mr. Fantastic. It has to be Mr. Fantastic. One rumor which has come up time and time again is that Sue Storm, aka Invisible Woman, will be Fantastic Four's lead character and primary focus. We've Previously heard Marvel Studios wishes to build the team around whoever is cast as Sue. Perhaps no great surprise when she's the most powerful of the four. Is she? How is she the most powerful of the four? She can go invisible and she can create force fields? Pretty sure Mr. I mean, and Johnny's got how is she the most powerful? Okay, whatever. This has reportedly been problematic for some of the actors who read for Reed, as much of the story will seemingly be told from the perspective of his wife, Gray. Some will be quick to cry woke, but plenty of comics have gone down the route, and the team's early adventures did the Invisible Girl, as she was then known, a disservice. Okay. Honestly, seeing how a modern woman deals with the gender bias of the 1960s sounds like a fun. No, it fucking doesn't. No, it fucking doesn't sound like a fun. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Do we really need a fucking social allegory of the struggle of women in the 1960s and the goddamn Fantastic Four? Yes, jokes could be made, blah blah blah. I'm sure, but like, ugh, why don't you get Charmaine Obeyed Chinoy to direct it? Two, Herbie. We're getting to Fantastic Four's rumored cast, but what about the rest of the ensemble? We were listening. Yeah. Herbie, whatever. Yeah, there will probably be a cute CGI robot. Pretty much guarantee it. Here we go. Who will star in the movie? And I think the cast really is pretty much done. Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Homeboy from The Bear, and Eddie from Stranger Things. Well, it isn't the $1 million question by now. We'd hope Marvel Studios would have officially announced, but okay, here we go. Pedro Pascal, Mr. Fantastic, Vanessa Kirby, Invisible Woman, Paul Mescal as Joseph Quinn, the Human Torch, and Iban Moss Bacharach as the Thing. And then Antonio Banderas and Javier Bardem are contenders for Galactus. Okay. With Anya Taylor Joy possibly as Herald. Yeah, of course they'd go with the female. Now, there have been female heralds, and I have no problem with that, but don't make her fucking female. Don't make her female Silver Surfer. Jesus. When it comes to Doctor Doom, Ray Fiennes, Jason Clarke, Cillian Murphy, and Mads Mikkelsen have all been mentioned, with the latter emerging as a front runner. God, they make Mads Milk to the villain and everything, even though he's good. Doctor Doom is a great villain, especially when you do him as not a benevolent dictator, but he does care about he cares about his people, and by virtue, he does care about the Earth, but he does shit his way. I've always looked at him as an Anakin Skywalker if he had gotten his empire, like without the extra selfishness. Like he kills people, he does shit. He's often at odds with the villains, but ultimately he does care. He's not a complete villain. Well, those are it. I don't know. At least 3 or 4 of these I think are true, and some of those, like, yeah, my Mila Kunis, if that was true once, it is not true now. Let me know what you think of this. Are you excited for Fantastic Four? Do you agree with me that it is their most important film, and if they don't get this right, it's all over for Marvel, more or less? Yeah, they got the X-Men, but this would be a horrible setback. Let me know what you think of this. Please like, share, and subscribe. If you've done that, thank you. I really appreciate it. If you're going to do that, thank you. And we will see you on the next one.